Say what? Steve Smith signed with the Eagles? Yo, I got to go out here and get today's paper. I'll be right back at you.
1, 1, 2. Check me out right here, yo. In the commission, you ask for permission to hit him. He don't like me, hit him while wifey was with him. You heard of us, the murderous, most shady. Been on the low lately, the feds hate me. Opposition, competition of the day in the life of the commission. Yeah.
Mic check. What's kicking, family? This is Mr. Batch of the BBC, the Big Blue Commission, the G-Man, Big Blue. That's right. Yes, I had to go out and get the newspaper. That's right. In Giants, Smith, Eagles, Lions, lands another. Whatever that damn thing says. Yes, I had to go out and get the paper. Heard the radio go off this morning talking about, oh, it's a giant blow to the Giants. Oh, what did they do? Oh, this and that and the other. Ray. For the Giants, it is not panic central. Understandably so, this has been one of the most tumultuous and action-packed off seasons, free agency and the whole gamut within the span of something like 2 weeks. 2 weeks. There has been a large turnover of personnel. But just let me address the Giants situation here. I'll get into another video concerning around the NFL, but let's talk about Big Blue. In yesterday's newspaper, the day before this one came out concerning OC, Ralph Acciano had talked about how this offseason was similar to 07 when we made the Super Bowl run. He stated in there, as we know, Strahan was squawking about holding out. Tiki Bob had already left. Did we have Shockey at that time? Yeah, Shockey was still on board at that time, and there was a whole lot of stuff going on at that time, and look what happened. We persevered through all of that. Now, moving forward now to this season, a lot of things could look like, oh, how could Jerry Reese let this happen? Look, the organization has a formula that they are running under, and it's been working for them pretty successfully over the years. Now, there's a team in the NFC East that's throwing around contracts all over the place, and they've been called the Dream Team. Yo, you can only use that moniker once. Remember, listen to what I'm saying. You can only use that moniker once, and it happened a long time ago. Damn, sounds like something from Star Wars. Now, you heard this past season in basketball, they used that same moniker, and what happened to the crew that had received that distinction? They didn't make it. And you also know that paper champions, remember the key word, paper champions, those that they say should win it all and be the greatest that there is and be crowned and anointed the champions, that never happens. That's why they play the game. Remember 07? Somebody went undefeated, and they were talking about the greatest team ever, and they were playing a team that came out of the wild card. That's why I have a lot of faith in Giants. Understand this? There's a lot of turmoil. And when it comes down to Steve Smith, hey, you know what, Steve Smith? I wish you all the best. It's stated here in the newspaper that Steve Smith was the first Pro Bowl wide receiver that we've had in 43 years. Wow. That goes to show you we've got a team effort as it goes along over the years. A team effort. Understand this. This is a team sport. Right now, after this lockout and everything going on, guys are jockeying for paper. Remember, this is also a business, and these guys are jockeying for paper. Now, with the Giants working under, their format, and it's understandably that he went for the guaranteed $4 million versus what they said is the $2 million that the Giants gave. Hey, that's what he did. That is what he did. Plus, he's coming off of microfracture surgery. Microfracture. How long did it take for Kenny Phillips to regain his form? About a year, right? Took about a year. Took about a year for him to revert back to his form of being a outstanding safety and defensive back. Now, I'm not even going to get upset. I'm not even going to be worried. Let that paper champion. You understand what I'm saying? Paper champion. I'm not going to refer to any of them by name until, I feel it is time for me to do so. But it's on paper. You got to get the chemistry. Steve Smith's coming off of microfracture surgery. How long is he going to be, he did the surgery in December. And we're now getting ready to play. It took Kenny Phillips a year. That's what I'm looking at. The Giants had looked at him physically and said, okay, we got a long way to go. They already know what it's like to deal with somebody with microfracture surgery because we already have somebody in camp. So I am not sweating it. I am not going, understand that? Understand that. So we have enough wide receivers in camp. I believe Hakeem Nicks is going to be an outstanding receiver for us. The receivers are going to pick up their game due to the fact that Eli threw 25 picks, and 25 picks is 25 picks. So the wide receivers got to help you out. Okay, so I am not worried, and I'm not going to get my shorts in a bunch concerning this situation with Steve Smith and etc. Now let me close out with the OC thing. OC, sore knee. It said in the Ralph Acciano had written in the paper the other day concerning OC Umenyiora that last year that the Giants had only practiced OC, not every day. He took a couple of days off and he was ready for game day. They have incentives in this for this year for OC to play up to, where he can get on the field and make gobs of money. Now, if they're going to dangle that carrot in front of you, you might as well go for it. I'm going to get back to OC. Brandon Jacobs. I was reading in the paper that he took a $1 million and change cut. He went from 4 and change to 2 and change, and that's million, folks. I'm not talking, coinage here. I'm talking millions. So it says in the paper here that if Jacobs reach certain incentives, it can bump his salary up to $5 million. He's going to be running hard. He's going to be running hungry. He's going to be wanting to make that money. The same thing should be said for OC. OC, you've been beating the drum about the money for years now. Years. And like Chris Carter said the other day on ESPN, on Mike and Mike in the Morning, he missed his boat right after the Super Bowl trying to leverage his way to get more money. He's at a point now where he's already getting close to the end of his contract. And there was this young cat, after he did his 4 years, he got a big payout after having an outstanding season. That's what OC should have done, but he didn't. So I am looking for OC to be in the camp and playing like a man possessed. Like I said in one of my earlier videos before, he should get on the field and have that mindset like the water boy. Remember when my man said water sucks? He got in his head and he geeked him up. He was amped. That's how I see OC. Busting through the line or turning that corner, and he sees Jerry Reese's face saying, yeah, I'll take care of you, bro. How you going to get a great payday? And then that's when he's going to be frothing at the mouth and kill, destroy, and blow up anybody who's in the backfield or who's in his way. That's what I'm looking for. Okay? OC could play, all this that he wants, but the Giants have gotten younger on the defensive line. It's also a business. It's also that you got to move in the young talent. And I believe that young talent will come to the forefront. Because I'm going to tell you this. This has been a short off season. Defenses are going to have the upper hand as the season progresses. I believe, and I think, in my opinion, I'm going to have to look at this because tonight there's a slate of preseason games that I'll be checking. If I'm not watching, I'll be doing the live ticker thing on the phone, etc., etc. I'll be looking to see how that works out. But when we get into the season, we're going to see how defenses are going to dominate. It's going to take a while for the offenses to click, to get their chemistry, unless you have your offenses that have been in place for a while, where you've got your quarterback, running back, wide receiver. And to go along with that, you're going to have continuity on the offensive line. Because without that continuity on the offensive line, your offense is going to sputter. Not so with the defense, because all the defense does is pin the ears back and they come at you. They come after you like, yo, like a man possessed. So now getting back to the Giants in Big Blue, it's nothing to worry about. It's the off season. Well, not off season. Right now we're getting ready to play preseason games. And I believe that everything will come out and we'll be all right. I believe that. Because the Giants are Big Blue. And on that note, this is Mr. Batch of the BBC. Oh. Yeah. Before I go out, before I leave, and let me hit y'all with this. In one of my previous video postings, I was posed a question. And the question was, Mr. Batch, you're in the TTC? Yes, I am. And I'm down with the BBC. Yo, thanks for sticking up for me over there, leaving that comment. Because like I said, check out the intro. That's who I'm down with. Once again, this is Mr. Batch of the BBC, the G-Man, Big Blue. I'm out of here like I stole something. And if y'all keep that up, I'm going to start pimp slapping. See, look how y'all got me. See, I'm getting upset already. I'm going to start pimp slapping some people around here in the TTC. They're going to get me upset. I'll turn into the Hulk. Peace.